It's daunting to think how much of this world you don't understand. How many people you can't help. But it is far better to focus on what you can do. You see, before you could even talk, thousands of Burmese were forced into labor by the military government. Those who refused were tortured or sexually assaulted. In the next few years, Burma became the country with the world's highest number of child soldiers, some as young as 11 years old. And when you were a toddler, 280,000 Congolese were displaced, leaving their homes for safer ground or surrounding countries. These refugees' lives were destroyed by a corrupt government, ethnic conflict, and the legacy of over a century of Western exploitation. As you started elementary school, a genocide was beginning in Darfur, the western region of Sudan. Janjaweed, or devils on horseback, were sent by Sudan's government to burn and loot villages, killing and terrorizing Darfurians in the process. Around the same time, America's Operation Iraqi Freedom was pushing families out of their homes, spilling out of Iraq and into surrounding countries. 4 years later, when you were just starting middle school, there were still 155,000 young Iraqi refugees not in school. Instead, the children would be sent straight to work, simply because they could not afford school supplies and uniforms. We've spent a lot of our life in a bubble, haven't we? But it doesn't have to be that way. Join Stand for Peace and dedicate yourself to a vision of a better world. We've isolated 5 key regions as places where we can make a difference. They're in a state of crisis that requires our attention. In these places, thousands of refugees struggle to find a better life. Growing up, we couldn't do anything about what was going on in the world. Now we have a chance to change that. On Thursdays after school, Stand for Peace meets in the Emerald City. Be there in the next few weeks and you will help us decide the projects we will put our energies towards and the people we will advocate for.
I stand for racial equality.
I stand against oppression.
I stand for justice.
I stand for the right to have
my children's right.
I stand for tolerance.
I stand for racial
stand for the right to go to sleep with a full belly.
I stand for a child's right to have it.
What will you stand for?